sex is I know that.
Wow, you guys like remind me of so many things. Like so if sex is a needle, like what kind of needle are you thinking?
Hypodermic needle.
Now I know. Now you said something about medicine in there as well. Like, do you remember that line about medicine?
Medicine is a drug and sickness is evil.
Okay, so medicine is a drug and sickness is evil. So if love, sex is a needle, is that the medicine?
It could be.
It's a butterfly needle.
What do you think?
This song predates me, but it definitely has some sharp edges.
Okay, all right. I mean, it's a great song. And who are your influences? You remind me, like, you could be in a Robert Palmer. I mean,
Good word for it.
she has the whole look for it, right? You might as well face it. You're addicted to love, and then sex is a needle, right? I mean, it all works, right?
Right.
So, who are your influences?
Well, I'm a big fan of, you get a lot of talking heads comparisons.
Yeah, and I heard you do Psycho Killer,
Yeah.
and that, of course, is the best
Yeah.
talking heads.
David Bowie rocks the music, a lot of the psychedelic stuff.
Nice.
A lot of post-punk music.
Awesome. And where do you guys come from?
I'm originally from South Florida, where old
South Florida.
New Yorkers go to die. And,
Right.
And I've lived for the last several years in Charlotte, North Carolina. And now I live here.
So is that the north to you?
Well, yeah, it's all north from Fort Lauderdale.
Right. So, so you're from Spring Break land?
Yeah.
You must have saw a lot of wild stuff.
I used to work on a gas station on the strip.
Demonstration of
Fort Lauderdale,
And-
third shift on
Wow.
the weekends.
So what was that like?
Yeah, it's surprising that I ever went to college after that.
Yeah? Why?
Because people act like such idiots.
Oh, the college kids.
Yeah.
They gave a bad
Drunk people
reputation.
when you're sober is never,
Never fun.
yeah,
And what about you?
I'm originally from New York, but I grew up in the Southeast in Atlanta, and I lived in North Carolina, so that's where we met.
You guys met in North Carolina?
On
Yeah.
MySpace.
Really?
On MySpace.
The old MySpace.
Oh, you met on
Ustream
MySpace?
producer.
Indeed.
Wow. So what happened? How'd you do that?
Well, Maria was trying to get the hell out of Charlotte, and I had just broken off an unsuccessful engagement, and so I was kind of addicted. I immediately went on the social network of the time, MySpace, and started trolling for women. And,
Really?
I caught one.
And was that the sex is a needle? Like, did you suck her in hypodermically?
Well, yeah, I guess there is some of that in the play. That song was written
Ustream
actually before then, because it goes back to my previous engagement as a husband.
Ah, so wait a minute. It is National Cinnamon Croissant Day.
Okay.
So now is the time to share a skeleton from your
I think that was it.
Skeleton,
Yeah. Can you elaborate on any of that?
on that song? Yeah. Have you ever been in one of those relationships where you get dumped, but then the other person won't let you out of their life if you call you up?
Ustream producer.
You don't have to be today and
It's like, no, you don't understand. We're divorced now. And plus after being married to somebody who was pretty much not a good match.
So she wasn't a MySpace match.
She wasn't a good match for me, and then you endure this, and after a while you're like, oh, thank God. And I lived in the same house with this person for 8 months, separated. So I was ready. I was kind of a little sexually wound up when she finally got out.
Have some cinnamon croissant.
And the other skeleton in my closet is, my current wife is a dominatrix.
Is that right? Wow, that's her. And what about you, my love?
Well, I'm married to him, and my landlord is the only thing standing between me adopting every lame, halt, infirm, unwanted, blind, crippled animal in New York City.
Is that right?
So I was very glad to give a shout out to the ASPCA.
Aww. Well, would you like to have some cinnamon croissant?
I'll pass it
I had a
on.
feeling. I had a feeling.
She doesn't eat
To look
food.
like that. What did she? What did you eat today?
I had a turkey sandwich.
Oh, really? Right, she ate something,
Did you
right?
say this day, today or this week?
Really? Oh, well, you guys are adorable. So how'd you come up with the name of the band?
That predates me also.
Yeah, I was my second band, The Blocks, played 4 shows in North America
Demonstration
over
of
2 years. I
Ustream
went through 7
producer.
drummers in the process.
So what other continent did you play on?
Nowhere else.
Okay.
And so I decided not to be hamstrung by a drummer ever again. That's where the device came from. So it was my solo project until I met this girl on MySpace.
It's a dominatrix.
Yeah, and I'm kind of a charming guy. So we were on like our second date over at a friend of mine's house, and I said, "You got kind of big hands. Have you ever thought of being a bass player?" Yeah.
Natural.
Yeah.
It's a natural.
Of Ustream
Chicks dig
producer.
that.
It's a
They do.
natural, all right.
So you're kind of new on the bass?
Not so much.
We've been at this for about 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
I used to play clarinet and never really thought music was for me, that I would ever go anywhere with it. Just kind of went on to other things, as you can imagine. And picked up bass, and so I met him on MySpace and started my bass career.
Good for you. And you guys definitely have a good look, and you have an amazing sound. I swear to God, I saw you play here the other night.
Ustream
Thanks to you,
producer.
Mr. Wood. And you guys really, you got like a retro, vintage, modern thing.
Yeah, that's very much like the rock.
Right? Isn't that what they have?
That's very vintage, modern.
It is.
Robotic drummer, but kind of an older aesthetic. We played the other night. I actually got to play guitar. I don't know what I did when I tuned my guitar. I think I detuned it. So fortunately, Maria's programmed enough other instruments in there to keep us entertained, and I just ran my big mouth. So
So what's your website?
illicitizen.com.
And what does illicitizen mean?
It is the pairing of illicit and citizen.
So what you keep like saying like needle, illicit, like are you really
Well, it just
that
seems
way?
like the Puritans are fucking taking over.
Like
And
meaning what? What's a Puritan?
well, people, not necessarily just
Here
the
you come.
yuppies, but people who feel like they need to control their lives, the
Or
nanny
control
state,
other people's lives.
the nanny state, and also everything seemed to be illegal, immoral, and fattening. And after 8 years of Bush, it's like, okay, so we're giving up freedoms so we can fight for our freedoms. We're giving up freedoms on the back end so you can keep fighting for our freedoms because the enemy hates our freedoms that we're giving away so you can fight for, wait a minute.
And that's what your band title is about?
Yeah, it's kind of that whole
So are you a
mindset.
political man?
I would put
Did
us
you
in
vote
that category.
Clinton, Obama, Michelle, and Hillary?
I vote for Chelsea and
Chelsea, I think, might be. She's grooming, don't you
Ustream
think?
producer.
Yeah.
It's not
I'm
right.
But it is America, and even with all the horrible stuff, it's still a good place to be.
Oh, no doubt. No, I mean,
God bless
all of our
America.
criticism
Except they never
is the
understand
most
that.
patriotic thing is to be critical of your government.
Yeah, exactly. Wait a minute.
Fuck
Just
yeah.
saying God bless America, isn't that like a oxymoron? Because
God save the Queen.
are you not supposed to mix God with government?
Yeah.
I never understand
No.
how it's always
Of
on
Ustream
money, how
producer.
it
Well,
is.
it's only been on money since
We're all born
1954
atheists,
when
and
the
then they
rest
start
of
telling
the
us lies.
I just don't believe in organized anything.
The Puritans got a hold of Eisenhower by the short hairs in 1954, and they put it on the money.
It's called you take a
Because we
Are
needed
the
votes.
Puritans from pre-Eisenhower?
Well, they are, but the Puritans are here today.
The war on drugs didn't help you.
So they're like the Tea Party?
Yeah, well, yeah. I wouldn't exactly call those people moral, but the people that are overly
I don't
concerned about, if you're having any fun whatsoever, it's got to be a bad thing. It's a sin.
I mean, I don't even watch Kardashians, but I'd rather watch them than the Tea Party.
We
Watch that. I watched the Tea Party, the Kardashians.
I'd rather watch
Because you can't afford
Kardashians.
it.
Giants.
Huh?
That's because they can't afford the television.
Who, me?
That's spend it all on cheap hats.
Who, him? Oh, people, it's like cool not to have a television, I think, right now, isn't it?
I went
Netflix
to
is
the-
Video games.
Netflix and Hulu Plus are awesome.
So freaking cute, man. So where do you go shopping?
Of Ustream
I don't shop
producer.
online, I go to thrift stores.
Yeah?
I love your shoes.
I know, your shoes you're just the cutest thing. She's like, you should put her in your pocket.
She was debating over which shoes to wear.
Like, you wore the right
Good
one.
choice, yeah.
And what's his name, Maria? Yeah, I know, because he was saying your name, and he never said his.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Eric, so how long have you been married?
This April will be 5 years.
Aww.
Wait, so
April 25th,
Ustream
2
producer.
weeks.
The marriage was a formality.
for what? Is one, are you wanting to, like?
No, I want joint custody of the Chihuahuas.
Exactly.
Wow, so are you
Got
doing
that other
something
raggedy
special for
one.
your anniversary?
Well, we got married at the JOP and
What's
had
that?
Justice of Peace.
Okay.
And we had band practice that night, so we're probably trying to do something a little fancier than that.
That sounds great. And tonight you have a gig.
We are at the Alphabet Lounge tonight, Avenue C, at 104 Avenue C, here in the city.
Ustream
And
never
producer.
seen.
7th Street?
Yeah.
7th and C, yeah. And what's next after that?
What's next after that?
That song gets so stuck in my head. Love and sex.
Near's Tavern in Queens.
Oh,
May
wow.
3rd.
Right.
Yeah. We try and go back to Maria's heartlands and play in Queens, but there's just not enough places to play.
Oh, really? So when's the last time you were in Queens?
2 hours ago.
Oh, really? Are you from Queens?
Demonstration of Ustream
Oh, so
producer.
then that works for you. So like I always get lost in Queens. It's so
It's easy to do.
confusing.
I do too.
No grid.
Every time I go to Queens, it's like
It's
I can't get out.
Streets are all crazy.
Whoa.
Okay,
I think they were drunk. Yeah, I think they were drunk.
By the time they got done with Manhattan, they were so bombed. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think Jurgen should be from Queens.
Yeah, why is that?
Because you're
I put
drunk.
a jam there. Yeah, I'm not drunk. I'm dumb.
So, you guys,
Demonstration
I
of
can't thank you
Ustream
enough for
producer.
visiting.
Well, thanks for having us. You did it.
Illicitizen. I
You guys got a
know.
little gig somewhere soon?
Yeah, they just
Tonight,
said it. Watch
Alphabet
the
Lounge.
YouTube, Jurgen.
I probably miss everything.
And it's illicitizen.com.
It is. That'll take you to our electronic
And
website.
Facebook.
Facebook.com/illicitizen band.
You doing any Frankie Wood gigs soon?
June 2nd, yeah, back here.
Nice.
Stage.
And we do love Otto Shrunken Head.
Yeah, we owe it all to
I
Frank.
know, we love you. So thank you so much, you guys.
Thanks a
We'll
lot.
be back. We got more. Yeah.
You're awesome.
Real and new.